All right. I just got done teaching. It's 12:16 a.m. I don't usually shoot these videos too much on my bad days or on my worst days, definitely. And man, today went sideways, went south. Yesterday was pretty good, and I had racked up quite a number of good days in a row. I was pushing myself on each of those days. So I was still exhausted, but it was because I was doing a lot of stuff. It's a normal type of exhaustion. But something, I don't know. Maybe when I was sleeping, maybe I don't know what triggered it. Some sort of movement, maybe the way I was laying, something. Something's off in my neck today. It's been a bad day, and I've been increasing my work hours. So I had 7 hours of work today, and it was, man, it was hard. It was like a workout trying to stand up, stay standing, and I feel a little bit tipsy, and I'm having a hard time focusing on stuff. And luckily, I've only been feeling bad for one day, so my articulation, my pronunciation, my memory, all that stuff stays around for a while. It's only when I've been in a bad state for a while that that stuff starts to deteriorate. But I got to go write 8 reports for the students I just taught, and I figured I would start this video uploading while I was writing those reports. And I don't usually shoot these videos on the bad days, which is, so it slants all the videos that I shoot towards the good days. But holy crap, I feel so bad. I have a hard time focusing. I spent all my time, other than 7 hours I did teaching, because I had to do that today. I spent the entire rest of the time either sitting down or laying down. Like I spent probably most of the day laying down trying to sleep. And then which is difficult, right? I always have this low amount of ebbing pain, right? Chronic pain, and yeah, you learn how to deal with that. But it's the changes in pain that really throw you off. When it increases a lot, it sucks, and then it's harder to sleep. So I kind of meditate more, which helps me deal with it. And I just taught everything from the culture of China to Chinese students, which is not the easiest thing to do, to the culture of the U.S., to someone that didn't speak almost any English, to a kid that's learning fractions and was asking a bunch of questions about multiplying fractions, which I haven't done in a long time. Luckily, I'm good at math, so not an issue, and he's getting a lot better too. And to ABCs and all sorts of stuff. So that's it's not a hard job or anything, but it's not the easiest job, especially when your head's feeling off and you get a major migraine, and and your spine is like just feels jacked up. When my neck goes off, like it throws off the rest of my spine too, or maybe the rest of my spine being off throws off my neck, or maybe both. Maybe it changes from time to I don't know, changes from time to time. But anyways, I just wanted to shoot one of these. Well, I'm feeling bad. You'll notice I didn't write today because I woke up, I worked, and then I try to write right after that, but I was having a hard time focusing already this morning. So I just watched like a little bit of television because watching television doesn't take much in the way of focus or energy or effort or anything. And then I slept, and then I woke up, I watched a little more television, and then I slept, and then I worked again. Now I'm going to go sleep, and I'm going to wake up and work, and then we'll see how I feel tomorrow. But I've got a chiropractic adjustment tomorrow, so that's good. That helps because it's not good for me to stay in a bad state for a long period of time. Then I start getting the declines if I do it for a long time, the cognitive declines, memory declines, stuff like that. Um, yeah. Anyways, I guess that's it. So it's interesting. It's weird on these days that especially if they start to accumulate, because there's sometimes that I get bad days just stacked on top of each other, and I feel worse and worse and worse and worse. And for quite a while now, I've stacked good days on top of each other, so I felt kind of better, 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 better. And I was cranking out some words and writing along with working multiple shifts in a day. I was basically working full-time hours now, and cranking out. I think I did 2 major articles in the last 2 days for writing, and doing memory or IQ tests in the morning. Like I didn't do an IQ test this morning, and been working out a little bit, and that's been going pretty good for the last couple of weeks. And I didn't work out this morning either, because when I'm feeling bad, all that stuff, which like for a lot of healthy people are like, I'll just push through it, I'll do that. And I did that quite a number of times before, and that makes me significantly worse. I just don't recover. If your nervous system is off, especially at like brainstem level, then all your hormones are off, and all of your immune system's off, and everything is off. And I mean, right, like my fingers are tingly. There's pain shooting throughout my entire nervous system, so it's extremely uncomfortable. But that also means you won't recover, right? So if I work out in this state, like my muscles are not going to recover. I know that. I've discovered that through bad, horrible trial and error. If I do IQ tests, right, my IQ tests will just get worse and worse, and I won't retain or learn or comprehend anything. The best you can do in this stage is really kind of hold on to what you've got. It's kind of a maintained state, not an increased state. So the more of these states I have, I can get worse, and the less of these I have, I get better over time. And there's a balancing aspect between those two. If I can have more good days than bad days, then life would be pretty good, or is pretty good. So we'll see how it goes. I mean, it's amazing. Like if you think about the sicknesses some people had that were so productive in life. I mean, just crazy stuff. I mean, there's some stuff like I think it was Beethoven that had epilepsy. But I focused more on writers, so like Louis Stevenson, extremely sick, extremely sick, and did some amazing stuff. I mean, Jekyll and Hyde, Treasure Island, those aren't the only things he wrote. He wrote some other good stuff, and including essays and other stories. And Nietzsche, I mean, Friedrich Nietzsche was so sick that a lot of times he would write like a paragraph a day, because that's how much energy he had. Like he could get up, write a paragraph, and then he had to go back to bed. And that's, that was his production for the day. And I mean, he was extremely sickly. And, it's just amazing. And, so it's amazing what people can do overcoming stuff like that. But man, I look at what those guys were able to do when they were sick, and then I look at how sick I am and what I'm able to do, and like I don't compare very well. Anyways, right, enough exhausted ramblings for the day. I got to go fill out these 8 reports for these kids, and then go to sleep, and then work again. All right. Anyways, I wanted to shoot this one because when you feel really bad, you don't feel like doing anything. My entire body hurts, so I never feel like shooting a video when I'm feeling bad. So there's been a couple of times where I've like not shot a video for like 2 weeks. It's because I felt bad every day for 2 weeks, really bad. So I just like put it off, and then when you get better, you shoot a video. But it definitely distorts the image. So here's to a bad one.